Hey everyone, ready for a deep dive into some seriously mind-bending tech?
Mind-bending is right.
We're talking quantum cryptography today
hmm
and how it's poised to totally revolutionize how we protect our data, especially when it comes to transferring those massive files we all depend on.
Like imagine sending blueprints or, huge data
Yeah,
sets.
exactly. And get this, our sources for this deep dive are an article called Quantum Safe Cryptography in Managed File Transfer, MFT, Securing the Future of Data Exchange.
Catchy title.
Right. And a survey note with a very similar name.
Sounds like we're in for a treat.
I know, I'm excited. So the mission here is to really grasp how this whole quantum computing
Mhm.
thing is shaking up data security,
It's a game changer for sure.
like big time,
Mm.
especially for something as commonplace as file transfers. You know, something we probably all do every day.
It's the invisible backbone of the digital world.
Okay, so to set the stage, let's imagine a world where any data, no matter how secure, could be cracked wide open.
Like financial transactions, medical records, even government secrets.
Yeah. All vulnerable. That's the potential threat we're facing with quantum computers.
And it's closer than you might think.
Seriously, folks, this is not sci-fi anymore. So think about it. Even those everyday things we do online, like sending large files or collaborating on sensitive
And
documents,
things we take for granted.
could be at risk. Did you know that?
Most people don't realize the magnitude of the shift that's coming.
Exactly. So before we dive into the quantum stuff, let's take a step back.
Hmm?
What exactly is managed file transfer?
MFT. It's basically the workhorse behind secure data exchange for businesses and individuals.
So like the behind-the-scenes hero.
You got it. It plays a critical role in all sorts of sectors.
Okay, so give us some examples. Paint a picture for our listeners.
Well, think about a company transferring massive files between different branches.
Or like sending blueprints to a manufacturer.
Exactly. Or even something as simple as sharing sensitive documents with collaborators.
Okay, so MFT is essential.
Hmm,
But where does quantum computing fit into all of this?
that's where things get really interesting. You see traditional encryption methods, the kind we use today.
Like what we use for MFT.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
They rely on complex mathematical problems that are really hard for classical computers to solve.
So like our current computers.
Yep. But here's the catch. Quantum computers with their crazy capabilities could potentially crack those codes in a fraction of the time.
So like a thief with a master key.
Exactly. It changes the entire game and we need new defenses.
Okay, I'm getting chills. But how does this actually work? How can quantum computers crack these codes so fast?
It's all about something called Shor's algorithm.
Shor's algorithm.
Yeah, it's a quantum algorithm specifically designed to factor large numbers, which is the foundation of a lot of encryption methods.
Okay, that sounds way over my head.
It is complicated, but the takeaway is can clear quantum computers change the rules, and we need to adapt.
Okay, so our current security systems are basically sitting ducks.
Pretty much. We need to up our game.
So this is where quantum cryptography comes in,
Nice,
right?
you got it. It's like fighting fire with fire.
Okay, tell me more. What is this quantum cryptography and how does it work?
Imagine a secret code generated by the universe itself.
Whoa, that sounds epic.
It is. We're talking about quantum key distribution, or QKD.
QTD.
It leverages the very principles of quantum mechanics to create unbreakable keys.
So like an unhackable code.
Pretty much. Even the slightest attempt to eavesdrop on this key exchange would be detectable.
Because of quantum mechanics.
Exactly. It's like trying to steal a shadow. You can't do it without leaving a trace.
That's mind-blowing. So it's like an invisible shield around our data.
You could say that.
Yeah.
And the best part is it can be seamlessly integrated with our existing systems, like MFT.
So we can upgrade our defenses.
Exactly. Replace those vulnerable key exchanges with this ultra-secure method.
Okay, phew. That makes me feel a bit better.
Hmm.
But how far off is this technology? Is it something we can use right now?
That's the million-dollar question. And this is where things get even more interesting. There's been a recent breakthrough by Microsoft.
Microsoft. What do they do?
They've made huge strides in building more stable and scalable quantum computers using a new type of qubit called topological qubits.
Topological qubits. Okay, that sounds like something out of Star Trek.
It kind of does, but it's real. And it means the timeline for a quantum-capable world just got a lot shorter.
Oh, I'm sensing a but coming here.
Well, Microsoft believes they could have million qubit computers in just a few years.
A few years. That's not a lot of time.
Nope. It means the potential for breaking our current encryption could go from decades to maybe just 5 to 10 years.
That's terrifying.
It is a wake-up call for sure.
So we need to be prepared like yesterday.
It really puts things into perspective, doesn't it?
It does. Like we're in a race against time to get our defenses up to speed.
Mm-hmm.
But our sources also talk about solutions, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's not all doom and gloom. We're not going to wake up one morning with all our data gone.
That's good to hear. So it's not like we need to ditch all our tech and start over.
No, no, no. It'll be more of a gradual transition.
So like a phased rollout.
Exactly. And we'll probably see a mix of different approaches, enhancing traditional methods and gradually bringing in quantum-resistant alternatives.
Okay, so it's like a hybrid approach.
Exactly. But to answer your earlier question about real-world examples,
Yeah. Are there companies actually taking steps to prepare for this quantum future?
oh, absolutely. Lots of industries are taking this very seriously, especially financial institutions. They handle super sensitive data.
Prime targets for quantum attacks.
You got it. So they're investing a ton in quantum-safe solutions.
It's like those heist movies where the hackers are going after the bank vault, but now they've got quantum computers as their weapons.
Exactly. That's why banks are leading the charge in adopting quantum cryptography. They're exploring QKD systems and even testing how to integrate post-quantum cryptography algorithms into their current security setup.
Wow, so it's like they're building Fort Knox for the digital age.
Pretty much.
But are banks the only ones who should be worried about this?
Not at all. Government agencies are also very aware of the potential threat.
Makes sense. They've got to protect all that classified information.
Exactly. National security secrets, all kinds of data that would be disastrous if it fell into the wrong hands.
So this is about more than just our personal data. It's about national security, too.
Absolutely. And let's not forget about healthcare. They hold a massive amount of sensitive patient data.
And they're relying more and more on digital systems.
Exactly. So the stakes are really high across the board.
This is starting to feel like a really big deal.
It is. And that's why awareness is so crucial. The more we understand this threat, the better prepared we'll be to defend against it. And the good news is there are already concrete steps being taken to address this challenge.
Okay, so what are those steps? What can people do to protect themselves and their data in this quantum age?
Well, it all starts with knowledge. Stay informed about the latest developments in quantum computing and cryptography.
So read articles, listen to podcasts like this one.
Exactly. The more you know, the better equipped you'll be to make smart decisions about your data security.
So step one is don't bury your head in the sand.
Right. This is happening, and we need to be aware of it. But don't be afraid to ask questions either.
Ask questions like what?
Reach out to your tech providers, your banks, any organization that handles your sensitive data, and ask them about their plans for quantum security.
So like, are you using QKD? Are you exploring post-quantum cryptography?
Exactly. Those are important questions to ask.
So it's about being proactive and not just assuming that someone else is taking care of it for us.
Exactly. And this is an ongoing journey. The field of quantum cryptography is evolving rapidly, so staying informed and adapting is key. But beyond the technical stuff, there's a whole other layer to this quantum revolution.
Wait, I thought we were just talking about keeping data safe.
We are, but think about the bigger picture, the societal implications.
Like what?
Imagine a world where communication is virtually unhackable.
Whoa.
Right. How would that change things like our political systems, our social interactions, even our understanding of privacy and trust?
I hadn't even thought about that. It's like this technology could completely reshape society.
Exactly. And with that potential comes a whole new set of ethical questions.
Like what?
If governments have access to unbreakable encryption, how do we ensure it's not misused? How do we balance security and transparency?
It sounds like we're entering uncharted territory.
We are, both technologically and ethically, and that's what makes this topic so fascinating to explore. It's not just about ones and zeros, it's about the future of humanity.
Wow, you've definitely given us a lot to think about.
I hope so.
Yeah.
We've covered the technical aspects, the real-world impact, and now the potential societal implications. It's a lot to digest.
It is, but the key takeaway is that this is a journey we're all on together.
Exactly. The quantum age is here, and it's up to all of us to shape it for the better, to ensure a more secure and equitable future for everyone.
Well said. Thanks for guiding us through this quantum deep dive.
My pleasure.
You know, we've been talking about how quantum cryptography could reshape the world. And my brain is honestly still buzzing a little bit.
Yeah, it's a lot to take in. It really is. But that's what I love about these deep dives. We're not just scratching the surface of some tech here. We're talking about a whole new way of thinking about information, how we use it, how we protect it.
Right, like a whole paradigm shift. But before we get too deep into the philosophical side of things,
Always a fun place to go there.
always fun. But let's bring it back down to earth for a sec. What are some concrete examples of how this quantum revolution could actually impact our lives, in the next few years?
Well, think about the things we use every day that are already vulnerable to hacking. like online banking.
Right? Or email or communications.
Exactly. Even things like smart homes and self-driving cars, all these systems depend on encryption.
And that encryption could be cracked by quantum computers.
That's the scary part. It's not just about protecting our bank accounts anymore. It's about making sure our entire digital infrastructure is secure and stable.
Okay, I see what you mean.
Yeah.
So basically everything is at stake here.
Pretty much. And that's where quantum cryptography comes in. It gives us a way to build systems that are fundamentally more secure, resistant to even the most sophisticated attacks.
Okay, so paint me a picture. What would a quantum-safe world look like?
Imagine a world where you can vote online without a shred of doubt knowing your vote can't be tampered with.
That would be amazing.
Or where medical records are completely secure and private, protected from any kind of breach.
Okay, now that's a world I want to live in. But are we really that close to making this a reality?
We're getting closer every day. There are pilot projects and real-world implementations happening all over the globe.
No way. Really?
Oh, yeah. Governments and companies are pouring resources into this tech, and we're seeing crazy progress in quantum computer development. They're becoming more stable, more scalable.
So this isn't just sci-fi fantasy anymore. It's actually happening.
It's happening. And that's why it's so important for everyone to be aware of this quantum revolution that's going to touch every aspect of our life.
Okay, I'm convinced. So what can our listeners do to prepare for this quantum future?
Well, the first step, as we've said, is awareness. Stay up to date on what's happening in the world of quantum computing and cryptography.
Read those articles. Watch those videos.
Exactly. And don't hesitate to ask questions. Talk to your tech providers, your banks, any organization that has your sensitive data, and ask them about their quantum security plans.
Like, what are you doing to protect my data in this quantum age?
Exactly. It's all about being proactive, taking ownership of our data security, and not just assuming that someone else will handle it for us.
Right. Make sure those safeguards are in place.
And remember, this is an ongoing process. This field is constantly evolving, so staying informed and adapting is key.
It's like we're all on this quantum train together, speeding towards the future.
An analogy.
And while there might be some bumps along the way, I think the destination has the potential to be pretty incredible.
Couldn't have said it better myself. It's a thrilling time to be alive. We're on the edge of a whole new era of discovery and innovation.
And it's up to all of us to embrace the challenges and grab those opportunities with both hands.
Absolutely.
Well, this has been an amazing deep dive. Thanks for joining us and sharing your expertise.
The pleasure was all mine.
And to our listeners out there, we'll leave you with this final thought. If quantum cryptography can make communication virtually unhackable, what other seemingly impossible challenges could this technology solve?
Oh, that's a good one.
Could it revolutionize medicine, energy, transportation, even our understanding of the universe itself?
The possibilities are truly mind-blowing. It's a wild and exciting time to be alive. We're on the verge of a new era, and it's up to all of us to steer it toward a brighter, more secure, and more equitable future.
Absolutely. Until next time, stay curious, stay informed, and stay ahead of that quantum curve.